Hey, John Crestani here, internet entrepreneur, and what you may not know about me is I recently teamed up with Chris Hansen in order to expose work-at-home job scams. Now, here on my YouTube channel, I'm going to be going over a few of the scams that I learned about that we went in depth and did research on, and this one I'm going to talk about is money laundering scam. This is a real work-at-home job scam that is affecting thousands of people around the world. You can get caught for it and you can go to jail for it even if you didn't know what you were doing. So be aware of it. I'm gonna go over this in detail in this video, and I'll also be going over 5 red flags that you can look out for to make sure that you are not a part of a real work-at-home job scam. Check it out. John Crestani here, and as I said, I recently teamed up with Chris Hansen on a piece of TV content to help him expose internet scammers. And what I found out was unbelievable, because I know there's a lot of fraudulent opportunities out there, but I just had no idea of the depth and how severe in many cases these work-at-home job opportunities are. Now, money laundering is one of the biggest and most common work-at-home job scams, and something to be very wary of. And I'm going to discuss this in detail, as well as go over some of the major red flags so you don't get embroiled in one of these scams yourself. Now, the way the money laundering scam works is oftentimes a company will post up a job on Craigslist or some other site, some other job site, and it will be looking for somebody to do outsourced payroll or outsourced payroll customer assurance, something like that. And your job will be to process payments and transfer funds for a supposedly major corporation. The way it works is that the employer says they will be sending you checks, and you will be processing those checks, and you will be writing other checks to other people yourself. Now, unfortunately, that sounds all good and dandy, right? Processing money, and in some cases, the employer will even say you get to keep a percentage just for processing the payments of our company. Okay, no company does that, by the way. The way this really works is what the employers are doing is they are sending you stolen money. They're sending you fraudulent checks made up from real people, but stolen information. And they're sending you checks made up of stolen information and having you process them into oftentimes your own bank account and send the employer the money that's been effectively washed or laundered through your bank account. The problem a lot of these scammers have, that usually oftentimes are based in countries like Nigeria, Russia, or China, their problem is getting the money out of America, getting the money from America out of the country or into another entity. And they need people on the ground to do that. So that's where you come in, and that's why you are processing the payments for them when you're really just helping them steal money from innocent people. So the 5 red flags you want to look out for in order to avoid being taken victim by a work-at-home job scam are these. First off, if the employer is using Gmail or some other sort of public email account, it's probably a scam. Okay. Number 2, if all of your interviews for this job were done via internet chat or Facebook Messenger, something along those lines, it's probably a scam. Number 3 is if you don't have the full name of your employer and you cannot find them on LinkedIn or some other website where job recruiters all create profiles on, then it's probably a scam. Number 4, if it was too easy to get the job, if there were no skills or nothing really required and you were earning more than minimum wage, it's probably a scam. And number 5 is if there's no website for the company, no social media presence, no Glassdoor reviews, none of that stuff, then it's probably a scam. So watch out for all these red flags when you're coming across work-at-home job opportunities. And remember, by helping people money launder, you can actually go to jail. Okay, so you are a felon in the United States, and this is a serious offense. So when looking at scams, make sure you're just aware of the positives and minuses, and make sure you don't fall victim to them.